Eastern PA weather 30 meteorologist Bobby Martin with your outlook for March 14th, 2018 for your Wednesday. We're going to expect mostly cloudy skies today. We have the low that was offshore and ended up retrograding into Nova Scotia and just east of Maine here. So this is what's left of that storm. But there is some wraparound that's going to take place today. Not really directly associated with the storm, but as a result of the storm being here, we're going to see a northwesterly flow coming in off the lakes. Primarily for this area, we're going to be getting that feed off of Lake Ontario, which is this one right here. So we get a flow off the lakes from the northwest because of those isobars, bringing these snow showers and snow squalls to parts of the area today. And I don't think it's just confined to the usual spots across northeastern Pennsylvania and north central Pennsylvania. I think these can get a little bit further south today and get all the way down to at least the I-78 corridor from across both Pennsylvania and New Jersey. But it might even sneak a little bit further south than that, at least maybe not squalls, but the residual of those squalls, which will still be snow showers. They'll be felt all the way into southeastern Pennsylvania and parts of central New Jersey. So this will be primarily during the afternoon today and early evening. You can see the global models are thrilled with getting that all the way down, the residual anyway, all the way down south of 78 into central and maybe even southern New Jersey. So we'll have to keep an eye on that closely. I think the highest concentration, however, will be across northeastern Pennsylvania. You have to be very careful with snow squalls. That's one of those things that just come on you in an instant. It's very heavy, intense rates of snow that fall for about 15 minutes to a half hour or thereabout, and it pretty much snows as hard as it can for that period. So it's coming down at like blizzard-like conditions for like 15-30 minutes, and then it just shuts off. All right, so that's what a snow squall is. It's just just an instability driven snow shower that just pops up and just goes to town, and you can get a quick whitening of the ground, according to an inch in some places, maybe even 2 up here in the Poconos. Now that's in one shot. Not saying you're limited to just an inch or 2 in the Poconos. You could have a few back-to-back roll through and end up with one of those situations where you had 3 in a row and end up with 4 inches of snow. So it can definitely happen like that. It's just going to depend on. It's kind of like thunderstorms in the summertime. It's kind of luck of the draw. It's an instability-driven thing. So. And it's just hit or miss of where that occurs. I'm going to show you a different perspective, though. This is a different type of radar. This is from the HRW. This is a model looper. I'm going to start this off here at 10 a.m. You can see at this point you have some intermittent, maybe a few snow showers across northeastern Pennsylvania. I'm going to take this right through the end of the run, which is going to go through the day on Wednesday into the early evening. And you can see these heavier spots coming in here. These are the snow squalls that are going to be pushing down to the south. This is starting from the beginning of the loop, with the storm retrograding and then pulling that northwest flow off the lakes. And here we get into Thursday or Wednesday morning again, but you can see those darker green showing up here. That's where the snow squalls are expected to be, mainly across northeastern Pennsylvania, but we will get those into east central and northern Pennsylvania over to northern New Jersey, and maybe a residual amount of that coming down into, in lesser degree, down into southeastern PA and central New Jersey. So that's what we're looking at for today. All right, so we're going to get that out of here. Once we get the evening and overnight, we clear out. Thursday is going to be a partly cloudy to start, then mostly cloudy later in the day. We have a very weak disturbance moving through. Could touch off a quick shower, rain or snow shower in parts of the area, but I wouldn't bank on that. It's probably about a 20% chance of that occurring. Just a weak disturbance, weak shortwave moving through. And once we get to Friday, we're partly cloudy. Saturday and Sunday look like to be, both days are going to be mostly sunny days. Actually, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday are going to be mostly sunny days. We have a system off to the south that should remain there, so maybe a few afternoon clouds here on Saturday, but still at least partly cloudy. And we have temperatures that are still going to be on the chilly side on Saturday, but then once this system continues off to the east, we're going to get temperatures up here a little bit for Sunday. I think Sunday's going to be the warmest day of the weekend, warmest day that we've had in a while. Temperatures in the upper 40s to lower 50s across the region for Sunday. It's going to be a one-day warm-up. That's it. It looked like it was going to be maybe 2 or 3. Now it looks like it's just 1, because we have a front that's going to be moving down from the north, thanks to this high pressure building, and it's going to push almost like a backdoor front. It's going to push through the region here on Sunday night, and that means Monday is going to be noticeably colder and back down to below average. Now, we turn our attention to the next system. This is going to be another interesting one to track. Very difficult at this point to say exactly what it's going to do, but here you have a system that is right about here, somewhere near the Tennessee Valley, is going to make a push like this. Now, does it turn up a coast a little sooner and get us into a snow event. Very possible. Very possible. We have, obviously the forecast has changed in the long range. We were expecting that once we got to right around the equinox, the 20th, first day of spring, which is what this is, Tuesday, that we start turning the corner, going a little bit milder and right on cue. Well, that changed because we now have blocking redeveloping in just west of Greenland, and negative NAO starting to develop again yet. So this is going to have implications on our weather, keeping it colder than average through probably at least the first week of April, maybe the second. Okay, and as long as there's below average below average temperatures, and any storm chances will have to be watched for any wintry implications, even if just to start, like a snow to rain type thing or whatever. But this system will have to watch closely, because this does indicate on several models that this will be a snow event. But there's also some that's going to say that it's going to stay too far to the south, and we just either get grazed by it or missed altogether. Also a possibility. All right, this is just looking at something now that's 6 days away. So the signal was definitely there, and you can see that here. It's starting to turn a little bit. Question is, how far north does it get? Is how amped is this thing going to be? How much moisture is it going to have with it? How far northwest does that moisture get? Because if you're up here, we're here on later on Tuesday, it's going to be cold enough to support snow. If this it's only a jog, maybe another 50 miles north, and you're talking about significant, if not major, snowfall across our region. So it won't take much for that to change. We're going to watch this closely. Models are back and forth with this idea whether it stays south or it comes further north and just crushes us. A lot of different possibilities. Turns into a coastal once it reaches the coastline, and could do some damage for New England after that point. But we'll definitely follow this over the next couple of days. Nothing certain yet, but there's certainly a signal there around the 20th, and it could have wintry implications for at least parts of the region. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is our outlook for March 14th, 2018. Have a great Wednesday.